on Thursday morning we had a prayer here at the church. So we're having prayer here at the church, and it's wrapping up. It's coming up to 9:30. It's time to conclude. It's time to end the prayer. And my wife got the microphone like we typically do, and she was getting ready to conclude it. And then she felt a small tug on her heart saying, "Not yet. Don't conclude prayer just yet. Let it go just a little bit longer." And so then she looked at her watch, and she looked at the time, and she's looking around at the people, and she's like, "It's 9:30. We need to be respectful of what time it is and when we're supposed to conclude it." And she started to go ahead and turn the microphone on and start the concluding prayer. And then she said she felt a very loving but stern rebuke. Isn't that just like a loving father? I love you, but you're wrong. That's the way God is. And that's the way we need to be with our kids, by the way. I love you, but you're wrong. This is what needs to happen instead. Okay? And so she felt that very loving but stern rebuke in her heart, in which she felt the Lord speak to her, and He said, "I am not bound by time. I am time." And she said it really kind of floored her. And then when she told me that, I was like, that's from the Lord. No question about it. And that's what I needed to hear in that moment. That's what I needed to hear during this time within our nation. That's what I needed to hear this morning when our women aren't here and we're doing things just a little bit differently at Lighthouse Church. In which the Lord said, "I'm not bound by time. I am time." It's pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff. Because you see, where we're at is we're looking at the problem. We're looking at the situation. We're looking at all these scenarios that need to take place. Okay? We're looking at the promises of God. God's promised healing for a number of individuals, and it hasn't happened yet. And I don't know why. God's given me some promises, and it hasn't happened yet, and I don't know why. I believe that God's given some promises concerning this nation. I know He has. Everything within me, I believe it. I know it. I stand upon it. But it hasn't happened yet. And so then I'm going to the Lord, and I'm saying, "Lord, I've got a little bit of fear because it hasn't happened yet. I've got a little bit of concern and doubt because it hasn't happened yet. I'm pretty sure I heard from you. In fact, I know that I heard from you, and I know that these are promises. And unless you do something soon, God, I'm afraid that a lot of people are going to start losing their faith in you. They're going to start losing their confidence and their trust in you. And so, God, I'm just trying to help you out and give you some advice. You need to hurry up and come good on these promises you've given me." Do you see it? Do you see the problem? You remember what we talked about earlier? That God doesn't like sharing the credit and the glory? Maybe as soon as we stop trying to help Him out, then it's going to be time for Him to start moving. Maybe when it's time in which we check ourselves and say, "You know what, God, I got nothing. Nothing but desperation and complete and total reliance upon you. Because every time I try to plug in the magical formula that I read in the Bible on how to receive healing, every time I plug in the little magical thing on how to have the nation get healed, every time I try to have revival start within my heart, within my church, every time I try, well, maybe that's the problem." You remember we were talking about how we don't want to have that polished appearance all the time. It's good to be polished. It's good to be professional. It's amazing when we are really clicking and things are going perfect here at Lighthouse and things are running. There's nothing wrong with that. But we need to make certain where our focus is. Is our focus on the performance, or is our focus on God? Is our focus on pleasing the people, or is our focus on God? Is our focus on the healing, or is our focus on God? Don't seek the gift, seek the giver of the gift. A little bit of a difference when you start looking at it that way, isn't it?